too front, right? Because
I
you will end up,
yeah, you will miss the whole stage.
yeah, I think that's fine lah. That's fine lah.
So, sorry, this axis.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, for the Changelog stage today, we have John Wang, Head of Ecosystem Growth of NEO, flew from Shanghai all the way to Singapore for present on the state of NEO ecosystem. So, let's put our hands together to welcome John on stage, guys.
So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm from the NEO NGD. The NGD is responsible for the NEO's operation, and we do have like 3 departments. It's the eco growth, and the marketing, and the R&D. So the topic I'm gonna be speech today is decoding the future. So before I bring the topic, I think I may just make some brief introduction about NEO, just in case someone don't know. Okay, NEO actually started on 2014, and at that moment, NEO's name is Endshell. On the 2015, our open source on GitHub and testnet is launched. On 2016, our mainnet launched. So till this year, like our mainnet already launched for the 3 years. On the 2017, we decided to rebrand our name to the NEO. So on the June of the 2017, we changed our name from the Endshell and to the NEO. On 2018, we organized the first DevCon in San Francisco, and last year we organized. This year we organized the second one on the Seattle. On the 2019, and the community last month. Okay, what is NEO and what is NEO's ecosystem? This is what we currently status. NEO already have 500,000 community members in the global, and we do have a 2 million wallet address. So our goal is to build the developer-friendly technical infrastructure, and we have 300 developers in the global, and 7 developer communities in the Asian, in America, in European, in Russia, and India. So currently on the NEO's mainnet, is average the daily transaction is 50,000, and our dApps, the DAU is around 10,000. So NEO has listing on the more than 17% of the top 15 chains, and we have connected with more than 30 wallets. Okay, for what is NEO's next step? So as I have introduced before, like the NEO started on the 2015, now it's 2019. So the technical is very important for us. So we are currently developing the NEO 3. And the NEO 3's mission is to provide the optimal infrastructure for the mass adoption. So generally said, in the future, the NEO is want to become the enterprise used blockchain. On the NEO 3, have lots of the changes on the technical side. By the architecture side, we will use the DBFT 2.0, and also for the functionality, like we have the built-in the Oracle, NeoFS, and the NeoID. And for the tooling, we are integrated with the Visual Studio and extensive the document and the tutorial. Okay, so generally, like in the crypto world, it's changed a lot every year. So I think on the 2013 and 2014, when I just entered this industry, at that moment, it's only the coins. Have the Bitcoin, have the Litecoin, have even the Dogecoin. All the coins world. Now, in 2017 and 2018, have lots of the chain here, like Ethereum, NEO, like lots of the chains in the crypto world. It's smart contract. People can developing something on it. But what is going to be happening in the following years? The crypto world changed a lot. So we believe for the next couple of years, it may have the next generation of the internet. So it have 4 layers. The first layer is a content neutral network. The second layer is a state settlement. And the third layer is a transaction, and the fourth layer is application. So lots of people said okay, in the future it's decentralized, it's a blockchain's world, but I think it's not very accurate. So I think the blockchain or even the decentralized, this idea is gonna be just the part of the currently the world. So in the future, it's gonna be like the decentralized and the centralized world is integrated together. So why the blockchain is supposed to be the part of the future? Firstly, with I think like for the in the future, the asset is going to be digitalized in the end. Now, before we use the money, it's just the note. But now we're using the many kind of the way to pay by the cell phone. And now we have the cryptocurrency. And in the future, it may like we only using the cryptocurrency, or we only using the cell phone or some other way to pay. And the second thing is blockchain naturally is very good at the security and the reliability. And the third thing is the privacy. And the blockchain actually can help the people to protect their privacy. And the first thing is the decentralized. In the future, like the decentralized actually can really lower the risk for the data storage. Okay, what's the NEO's position in the future? And it mean like what is the public blockchain in the future? So NEO's future, we are not planning to do everything for the next generation, but we are planning to do the things in here, like on the state of settlement channel, NEO gonna be used the decentralized way to report the data, and also like we are currently also developing some the decentralized ID, the distribution storage, and the Oracle, and we also want to use the state channels, the cross-chain, the technology to connect the applications. Okay, what is the NEO's ecosystem and what our goal for this? Well, firstly, like for the NEO's blockchain, by the technical side, we are wanted to just working by ourselves. We wanted to integrate with some other blockchain. We wanted to integrate with the real world. So we wanted to build a protocol. It's eco-friendly. It's no barrier to enter, and the transaction can automatically automate it and enhance the security. Okay, this is the NEO platform's architecture, and in this year, in the black area, it's like the part we already have. In this year, we do have 3 new functions. One function is the new blockchain, the toolkit for the .NET. So we have some research. It's like currently for the Solidity developer, it's have 15,000. But for the .NET developer, it have 4 or 3 million. So it means like actually after we build the toolkit for the .NET, so for all the .NET developers can use the NEO's use our toolkit to develop the blockchain with our toolkit. And also for the NEO one, it's also SDK to help the developer to developing traditional developer to know how to develop the blockchain easier. And also another product is the NEO FS is currently being built by the Russian team, and it's quite the same like the decentralized. How we support our ecosystem. It's mostly more on the projects, it's on the institution we cooperate with. On the 2018, we find that like at that moment, like the market is have lots of money, and the project come to us is just looking for like, okay, could you invest us? But actually, no matter in Asia or in the European America, like lots of the new projects come to the blockchain, but they do not have enough knowledge about like what is blockchain and what is the ecosystem in the whole world. So we decided like, okay, in the future, like NEO is planning to support the project is come to the NEO ecosystem, not just the funding. We are wanted to help them to build a connection with every important institution in the blockchain world. So I think we think that is really can increase the efficiency for their growing. Okay, so we start the program is called the NEO Eco Boost, and we're planning to use like 100 million USD dollars to funding the project in the future. But it's not just means like we're gonna be to use them in the half a year. But we hope like this fund can be used for the long term and to support the team with long term. And the goal for this program is like we are looking for to support not all stages of the project. You can be like 3 or 4 people's the small developer teams, and you may only have the idea. We can help you. And if we also are gonna be support the devs to the infrastructure, which can want to build in the NEO ecosystem. We also want to support the institution, want to have the cooperation with the NEO. And this is the life cycle support. So we are gonna be support including the funding, the technical support, the community support, and the promotion. So for the different stage of the project, we will provide the different kind of the support. Okay, so this is what is the life cycle support for us. So for example, for the small projects, we can help them to bring the seed users. We can help them to find the developers in our community to join them from their founding members. We also can provide some of the gas fees for them to lower their cost. And we also can have some grant program to give them like some funding support and to keep the project running. So if the project is growing to the next stage, to the growth phase, and we will bring the project to our ecosystem. We will bring them to attend our events to give them exposure. We also do invest them with our co-fund. Okay, after the project figure out like it's really can be used no matter in the crypto world or in the real world. And we will help them to make the listing on the exchange. We have a very good plan, like the community support. Okay, so if any project in here or your friends and want to know the NEO ecosystem and want to join NEO and want to get the support from us, you can just send an email to the eg@neo.org, and we will to evaluate your project and have the eco growth manager to contact you immediately. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, for the presentation. Thank you very much. So I guess we've got about 10 minutes of Q&A, so I'm going to open up the floor to anyone who has any questions. So raise your hands if you have any, and we send the mic over to you. A lawyer.
So what's the main applications that are running on NEO at the moment?
Main application. I don't think we do have like the main application, but we have many kinds of the application in the NEO's ecosystem. We do have the decentralized exchange. We do have like the game dApps. We do have like the dApps is currently booking the hotels. We do have the dApps is do the commercial things. And it's currently already have more than 100 dApps in the NEO ecosystem.
Do you guys, so everyone's talking about DeFi these days, decentralized finance. Is NEO doing anything to get involved in the DeFi space?
So for the decentralized finance, so that is the part we're gonna be focused soon. So NEO's goal is now like we're gonna be to have the first step for our goal is not to have lots of the decentralized dApps, but we wanted to build a decentralized finance structure in our ecosystem. For example, I think in the end of the year, NEO gonna be have 4 decentralized exchange. We're gonna be to support the decentralized loaning and borrowing. We have the automatic swap the tool, And after all the infrastructure to be done, like all the developer and project can come to the NEO ecosystem to build their own decentralized finance project.
Any questions for anyone? I know I have more, but I'll let you guys ask if you want to.
So there are a lot of, like you mentioned before, like there are a lot of blockchains. So how does NEO stand out with respect to the other blockchains?
Sorry, could you speak a bit louder?
Like you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of blockchains. So there's many others. So how does NEO different from these other blockchains?
To be honest, like currently, like I think most of the public blockchain, their function is quite same. Like maybe they use some use the POW, some use POS, some use DBFT, and so lots of kind of idea. But I think in the future, like the different public blockchain, they may do the different things in the whole world after the crypto world is beginning up. And for the different of the NEO, like our goal is more focused on the enterprise use. It's more focused on the developer side. So what we want to build is like our blockchain actually in the future can support the methodology. So now I think the last year people talking about the TPS like it's 4,000, it's 100, it's 10,000. But I don't think that the TPS is quite the most important things for the public blockchain. It's important, but I think that like for the TPS, this kind of things actually layer 2 can solve it. So for the NEO, like for the NEO blockchain, is the most important thing is stable and security is for the mainnet. So but we will to make the more comprehensive like infrastructure, and so that's why I said like on the NEO 3 we're gonna have more support on the cross-chain solution and have the layer 2 solution, and for that layer, and by that side we're gonna be use support master.
You guys have started NEO name service. Any update on that? NEO name service?
We do have a project. It's called NNS. It's a NEO name service. That project is start on the 2018, I think. But currently, I think the name service is not used very often in the blockchain world. But I think the NEO service that need the name service is going to be very important in the future. So that's why we're including in this thing our NEO 3 plan. So in the future, like when you do the transaction, you don't need it because the public key is very long. It's very hard for the people to memory to storage. So in the future, like if you do the transaction, you want to transfer like the 2 or 3 NEO or even more than NEO to the others. Only thing you need to remember is just like your personal the website. Yeah, I think that it's a tool for the people to use the blockchain easier.
I've got a question next on a bit of decentralization of NEO validated nodes. So I remember at one point, the NEO Foundation runs most of the nodes in the NEO Foundation. What's the current status? How many nodes do you still run? And what's the plan to decentralize this further to the community?
Okay, so NEO have the 7 consensus nodes. And currently the 3 consensus nodes is running by the third party. The one is running by the Swiss Club, one is running by our community called COD, and another is running by the KPN. So actually, it's nearly half of the consensus nodes is running not by the NEO Foundation. And the reason we will gradually to involve more the project is to running the NEO consensus nodes. So on our testnet is currently have more than 5 consensus nodes is running by third party. So after the half a year later, like we both our side is become stable, we will release more consensus node to them.
How many consensus nodes will we reach at this optimum level, this final state?
I think that because currently we are developing the new 3, so it's gonna be very big update. It's have lots of changes for our mainnet. So I think that after the Neo 3 is released next year, so more consensus nodes gonna be released to the third party.
So would that be a maximum of 10 consensus nodes?
I think in the future, maybe in the end, even the Neo Foundation may not run the 0 consensus nodes.
So is there a difference between the consensus nodes? Like for example, EOS has 21 block producers. Yeah. I think Tomo Chain has 40 or so, and I think IoTech has 40. Tomo Chain 150 on Tomo Chain. So do you see what's the optimum number for Neo, like the number of validated nodes?
Optimum number, I think we are not really considered, but I think 7 consensus node is definitely not the end of the number.
Don't you think 7 is a bit too low? Like 7 guys control the entire network?
In the future, it may become the 30, it may become 21. Yeah, we can see a story, it's like we have 100 consensus nodes. But that's easy to you find 100 people to run in the consensus nodes. The difficult thing is it's difficult for you to find the stable people or stable institution or project to run in that consensus nodes. So what we expect because we wanted to the enterprise use is our goal. So we wanted to all our consensus nodes is running by the project is really can contribute to the Neo ecosystem. Not just that consensus nodes running the Neo and they get the profit is not our goal.
Any questions?
No, just want to add to my previous question. So you have the name service, new name service, but it's very much tightly coupled with the new infrastructure. So do you have any plan you can interoperate with other infrastructure or other kind of public domain network? Because right now it's very much focused within the NEO, right? So if you are using any name service and that's just for NEO, it's actually not very useful.
Yeah, I think actually for the NEO service, currently it can only be used in the NEO, but it's not means in the future it only can be used in NEO. We are also currently considered a cross-chain service. So I think people heard lots of news about the Polkadot this year. So I think the cross-chain solution is going to be used in the future. It won't be only for the idea. So we also have some plan for the cross-chain solution. So after the cross-chain solution can be done, the NEO name service definitely can be used with other public blockchain.
I think you have time for one final question. I'm going to ask a question then.
Okay.
So there's so many blockchains that aim to go out and basically be the smart contract blockchain of choice, like Ethereum, EOS, NEO, Tron. It's a very competitive market out there, and all these developers, it's a fight to get developer mindshare to build on top of the smart contract platform. So Ethereum is the leader in space.
Yeah.
And then you have Justin Sun of Tron going around throwing money, encouraging developers to come build on Tron. How do you see NEO winning the mindshare of developers to grow the platform ecosystem?
I think NEO is growing by its own way. The NEO is started on the 2014 and the mainnet on the 2016. So we are not quite aggressive the project. So we are more considered in this world, it's always have some superstar in the different time period. Okay, so but our plan is more it really can provide the service. It really can help the enterprise to know the blockchain. So we are not a hype ledger. But in the next generation, in the next period, I think it's maybe in that world, no matter for the enterprise or for the individuals, they really want to know the blockchain is stable, it's security, and it's really can support that. So of course the promotion is very important, and Ethereum has a very big ecosystem, and a lot of people use it. But I think for the NEO, we'll be more focused on the technology side. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all the time you have today. Let's give him a round of applause, guys.